Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, there's a bit of a phenomenon that has been occurring across the gacha space recently, and it's just part and parcel, in my opinion, of being one of the bigger creators and one of the more active creators in it. And that is brigading. That is derangement syndrome. And in this case, it's going to be Saint derangement syndrome, because I've just got this screen over here, a very apt image that really encapsulates what goes on in a lot of careers. A lot of content creators don't realize that when they don't get views on regular content at all, they don't get views on guides, they don't get views on gameplay vids, all of that, a lot of them don't realize that maybe they should just quit. Maybe they should just move on. Maybe they should just get an actual job, because clearly the regular content creation stuff that usually sustains a channel isn't working for them. And it's hard to be one of those creators. I'm speaking as somebody that's one myself. And the thing is that those creators, when they are failing in pretty much every single degree, instead of moving on, they decide to look for a different avenue to content. And to them, that's going to be drama content, latching onto the biggest creator in the space to hopefully try to siphon some views because they're getting no views elsewhere. And this is the situation. A lot of people might view me as a creator, right, who's like, oh my gosh, all this guy does is latch on the coattails of other CCs. Ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty indicative to say that I'm at no issue at all getting views on pretty much any content that I want to make in the game, with weapon pull videos, revenue videos, all of that, kit review videos, 40K. I got no need to actually pursue drama content to sustain my channel. I'm clearly getting views elsewhere. I do it because I want to, and I do it because sometimes there are issues that need to be talked about. And in this situation, ladies and gentlemen, well, we're going to have a CC that's breaking open the glass. They're actually breaking open multiple times over the past couple of days, and it's going to be based off of Zenless Zone Zero. Except this time, I'm being called a two-faced sellout. And the context of this situation is pretty simple, right? Zenless Zone Zero has recently released a new skin for a new character that is, well, this is the actual character themselves, right? But their skin is basically like a maid outfit that you couldn't even find at Spirit Halloween on October 31st. Like, the maid outfit that she's in is more scantily clad, less conservative than, like, American Halloween outfits you could buy from the store. And, like, guys, they're literally called, like, slutty police officer, like, slutty maid, like, slutty fireman outfits. Like, that's what they're called when you buy them from the store. And her outfit is pretty much worse than that. And I guess the part that really, like, seals the deal for it for a lot of individuals, right? And it seals the deal for just making this unit really, really an uncomfortable subject matter for a bunch of CCs. It's very simple. We can just use my short to give you all, like, a live demonstration of what this outfit, like, looks like. There you go. That's a pretty, like, indicative view. So it's got, like, the straps. It's got, like, basically, again, you don't find skirts shorter than this in real life. That's basically not even, like, a thing, right? And then the school backpack. The literal, like, holding it by the very top of the straps literally looks like something that, like, actual elementary schoolers do as they're, like, walking back and forth. This is the skin, right, that people are saying makes them feel uncomfortable. But guys, apparently I'm a two-faced sellout for calling that out. I'm a two-faced sellout for saying that looks weird. I'm a two-faced sellout for saying that an outfit with a school backpack, the kid holding it like this, thigh straps, and the shortest skirt in gacha history is maybe a little weird. Apparently that makes me a sellout. So let's go ahead. Let's listen to the reasoning over here and see if Arikado Zodan is spitting or if he's a fucking freak. Because, well, I'll provide the additional bit of glue later on. I don't think we need it now, but I've got some glue hidden in my back pocket.
Let's skip the formalities and get right into it for this one. Saint Tontos has been repeatedly accusing the Zenless Zone Zero community categorically for being pedophiles.
No, I never said that once. No, I actually factually never said that a single time. Find me a single clip anywhere where I called ZZZ players pedophiles. Find me a single clip where I did that. Actually, wait, the video opens up with a straight up lie. If you're gonna say that I called people you should be able to find a clip of it.
for being pedophiles, with
They should be able to find a clip of it, right? So with no clip and an insanely bold claim, I just called you guys fucking weirdos. But did I accuse you all of crimes? Absolutely not. So once again, we posted this. We have this crazy claim without a single shred of proof.
his most recent hit piece coming from his reaction
Oh my lord.
of the version 2.6 livestream. We already know his song and dance of bullshit, so I won't bore you with the details.
We all know his song and dance of bullshit, so I'm gonna show no proof and just say those things. Okay. Wow, we're off to a crazy start.
Just know that his
Damn, we're off to a crazy start, brother. Oh, you already know he's wrong, so I'm not even gonna show proof about how he's wrong.
video was rightfully destroyed by the gacha community and completely eclipsed his most recent smear campaign of the version 2.5 livestream reaction.
So what happened was I got brigaded by a Twitter community. And I guess Arikado is using the fact that I got factually brigaded by a Twitter community as like proof that I was wrong. So you can have people that don't watch the video get linked it so they can downvote it. Does that mean that the video's wrong if you get enough people to do that? Because, guys, this is the thing. I could show proof that the video got brigaded. Guys, I could show the proof that the video got fucking brigaded. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here's the post. So, if you guys know about Gacha Grail as a community, you'd recognize they're literally like the #1 brigading community on the platform. Where you can just drop a video in here, say that somebody's doing something bad, and it'll magically produce like 500 to 1,000 dislikes. And there have been so many videos that end up on here that just end up getting mass brigaded. And when you know this community is literally filled with anime child lovers, because, well, you can tell by the basis of this tweet, it's filled with anime child lovers, I'm not surprised that Arikado thinks that a brigade from Gacha Grill must mean that that's like the right way for something to be. Very odd, but once again, is it surprising that Arikado is fond of the community of child anime lovers when a direct quote from his video is this? His previous video.
Let's get this shit over
on these units, by the way. This is his previous video on the idle units.
with. I live in an area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16.
And I'm pretty sure he's taken great use of that. Anyways,
The gacha community and completely eclipsed his most recent smear campaign of the version 2.5 livestream reaction.
so I'm going to comment on somebody bringing up the age of consent in their state. Unasked, by the way. The PG response to this is who asked, right? The PG response to this is who asked. But the real response is, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm here today to tell you that the clown himself does not actually give two shits about what he's shoveling into his audience's mouths.
Well, you're also the guy talking about the age of consent in your state, so I wouldn't talk about shoving anything and into any mouths over here, all right? Like, it's just weird coming from you.
And it is all performative outrage for the sole purpose of cashing in on an easy topic.
So he's calling me performative outrage when he literally commented on the results of a brigade as if it was like an actual, like, valid response. He viewed a brigade from this community of anime child lovers, literally proven. You can go check it out yourself, but I don't want to show it on the screen. He used their brigade as like a piece of evidence that I was like wrong or that the community was against me. And he's calling my videos performative after they got literally brigaded. And guys, you wanna know how I can show you firsthand that this got brigaded to fuck? You can just look at the like ratio on the vid relative to kind of just every other video I've ever made. And you'll realize, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is going on? That's not normal unless you get brigaded. But hey, apparently, it's not performative, right? To judge this like it's a valid like ratio, just like how Arikado did. As you can see, this video is getting off to an amazing start.
No integrity, no guiding principles, no backbone whatsoever.
Remember, this is the guy using a brigade as evidence.
Here's what you have to understand about St. Tontas's opinions of childlike characters in Zenless Zone Zero. Suna and Arya are not the starting point of this conversation. Far from it. He's been going after the—
Wait, so Arikado's gonna summarize my argument without playing any of my clips. Oh, just like he made the claim that I called the entire, I called all ZZZ players PDFs without playing a clip. Okay, alright, I wonder what narrative he's gonna construct right now. Are you guys ready? Let's buckle in.
ZZZ community with implications of being sex offenders for a while now.
Oh, so suddenly it became, he called people pedophiles, and now it's implications of sex offenders. Sorry, so within 1 minute, we backtracked from me calling everybody a PDF to implications of what? Sorry, I'm gonna be real here. Isn't that a bit of a crazy backstep? Implications of being sex offenders versus he's been accusing them for being PDFs? Guys, that's how the take has shifted in 1 minute. His take has shifted that much in 1 minute.
With the most consistent and recent example being Jafufu after her debut in version 2.0 and throughout whenever he gets a chance to implicate the community over the feisty Tiger Theron.
This is Jufufu saying she's not actually a kid, she's just small. And yeah, that has 1.5 million views, 16k likes. What do you guys think is on their hard drives? I'm gonna be honest here. I will put money on at least 70% of the people that like this probably would go to jail if their hard drives were inspected by the police. Where's the lie? I'm just saying. I'd probably put money on that. Where's the lie? If anything, I'm just farming aura right now. What do we do? Isn't this supposed to be a hit piece? I'd probably put money on that. Absolutely. Wait, I thought this was supposed to be a hit piece. That's just aura.
Presenting this clip now so that you understand that Saint's standards for what is considered pedobait does not—
Yeah, did I call any of them pedophiles there? Yeah, I don't think so.
Start with Suna's release, and any attempts to downplay what I'm about to talk about is him simply moving the goalposts. In his eyes, a character with a petite body physique and a couple deliberately chosen camera angles in gameplay is enough for him to bastardize—
No, they're not. So, Arikado has essentially played one clip and has defined what my stance is for a problematic character. Wait, he played one clip and then defined for me what my stance is? Guys, these types of videos are so insane. And I cannot believe that this is the type of content that gets popular nowadays, where you just go in, lie for 8 minutes, play no clips, and just say the craziest, most inaccurate stuff ever, with no proof, no evidence. This is nuts.
an entire gacha community.
Because I've never even defined what a problematic character is for me, so how would this guy even know?
Regardless of how covered up and clothed the character is.
So he's saying that no matter how covered up the character is, I think it's an issue. Oh my... Where do I say these things? When have I said these things? I would imagine that if he knew what my standards were, he'd be able to provide a clip or proof of when I've said any of these things.
That is his criteria.
It's not. So he just made it all the fuck up. He literally made it all the fuck up.
That is where he draws the line. So with that established, it's time to catch this man red.
Wait, so this video just has this many likes from this retarded of a community. After 2 minutes came in, he has all these, his entire argument is built off of literally no proof. It's just, he literally just made this up. And that's the entire basis of this video. It's entirely made up. Dude, who cares what arguments the other person makes? It doesn't even matter what I say at this point, because you could just make shit up apparently and people will believe it. Because he doesn't show any evidence of any of this a single time. Good lord, guys. I don't even know what to say anymore. This shit is cooked. This is the type of videos this community watches, bro. You could just lie, provide no proof. Holy shit.
So with that established, it's time.
Yeah, that's established, guys.
time to catch this man red-handed and show just how little he actually cares about his own guiding beliefs.
Oh, I see. So Arikado has basically set up standards for me that I don't actually have to try to, I guess, catch me red-handed, breaking standards that I never said I had.
Because for St. Tontas, he's only interested in his own personal agendas and his bottom line.
She's finally arrived. Florence, the latest T-doll joining Girls Frontline 2's roster, will be available in Thriller Wonderland, a brand
Yeah, no, I think Florence is a great character. I think she's a great design. You all know what she is? She's a doctor. Yeah, this character's a doctor.
new update launching on October 16th, and I wanted to take the time to break down all of the exciting new additions arriving in this update, with
Yeah, she's a doctor.
tons of free goodies, events, and new features.
In October of 2025, St. Tontas accepted a sponsorship deal to show off an upcoming game version for Girls Frontline 2.
Wait, is he trying to say that Florence is like... Is he trying to say that Florence is the same as this? Wait, so is this entire video him saying Florence is the same as this? Like, this is more revealing than Florence's design. This literally shows more skin than an adult doctor who just has a small frame. Like, this is literally just an example of a small adult. I just Googled some stuff right now. Wait, let me just double check this real fast. Based on her character design in Girls Frontline 2 Exilium and her previous iteration as PA-15, Florence is generally not considered a lolly. Instead, she is designed as a mature, albeit eccentric and chaotic, medical support doll, known for her confident demeanor, unique personality, and striking appearance. She is a skilled medical T-doll, a doctor. She is portrayed as highly capable, intelligent, and sometimes sadistic, described by players as having a hot and mature design rather than a youthful one. You know what? Sure, right? Let's just pretend that he's spitting. Because he's not, right? Let's just pretend he's actually making sense here. And just play the video.
Using a pre-release client, this version featured the newly released limited band.
Yeah, guys, does that look like a... Does she seem more like a short adult or a elementary... Or like... Does she seem more like a short adult or this? Bro, she thick as fuck. Bro, I'm just gonna be honest, bro. She's thick as fuck, bro. What the hell is that shit? You're gonna call... What? Come on, what? You serious? Bro, her thigh's the same size as her body. Bro, her thigh is the same size as her entire upper body, bro. She just dummy thick. What are we doing here? But we're comparing these two? And this got upvoted 900... Oh, Lord, bro. What am I... Bro, what are these guys... Is there any reasoning with this part of the community?
Banner doll named Florence, alongside her story content in an event named Thriller Wonderland. Right off the bat, it is immediately clear that Florence is a lolly character.
What? Wait, she's in the... What? Bro, she's like half an inch shorter than her! Are we just saying shit? Are we just saying random shit now? Wait, so he just said, basically, if you're a short woman, you should be treated like this. That's what he's saying. Wait, so basically he's saying, it doesn't matter if you have one of the fattest asses ever. If you have small boobs, basically he's saying, it doesn't matter if you have one of the, like, look at how big this thing is compared to that one. It doesn't matter if you have one of the fattest asses ever, right? If you have small boobs, guys, I guess you're a kid. That's what what the fuck? Hey, fellas, what?
But she also happens to be one of the most sexualized characters in Girls Frontline 2 as well.
Because nobody thinks she's a lolly, and even the fucking community itself is telling you they don't think she is one. So, like, literally, you're the only person instituting that she is one based off of her having small boobs. That is, like, literally your argument. Because nobody agrees with you. You're just making shit up at this point. Because I guess you really needed fuel for your hit piece. But then again, it's not surprising that you made this up, considering all the other shit that's literally factually made up in this video because there's no proof anywhere.
Yet despite this, St. Tontas had absolutely zero problem with accepting a sponsorship deal to livestream the patch and cut it up into segments to upload to his YouTube channel.
Yeah, because I think this character's fine. In fact, I think this character is hot as fuck. I find no issue at all with this unit because I view her as simply a short adult. Much like how most people view characters like Sparkle in HSR, right? Most people can tell from like Sparkle's characterization and stuff. Yeah, she's like very fun, but she's obviously, right, like just a short adult. That's been the take when it comes to Sparkle, right? That's been kind of like the vibe that most people have when it comes to this unit in HSR, right? I think that's fair to say. This is the vibe most people have. But the thing is, guys, right? This has been Ari Kato's take on Sparkle too. He's basically going ahead and he's trying to just say that everyone else is a lolly to excuse his
area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16.
Why do you think he lives there? Anyways, it's clearly, right, he's trying to just point the finger at every other game to excuse the fact that he's a fucking freak. Because this is the same guy, once again, that in his video about the Ages of Delusion mentions the fucking age of consent. Bro, like...
When compared to Jafufu, Florence has more than tripled the number of instances where her ass is being shown off in a sexualized manner.
Yes, because she's literally a doctor, you fucking idiot. You have to be old to be a doctor because you need to go...
Either by specific camera angles or by her own poses. Beyond that, however, that is where the similarities between these two characters end, and Florence digs further down the rabbit hole of just how sexual you can get with a lolly character.
She's not one, though. And once again, the entire community also disagrees with that take, and they don't think she is one. What is this guy... Bro.
She's into BDS.
You should get some actual Girls Frontline 2 players to go see this video.
With a whip and her pet bear, which is very clearly wearing a medical-themed gimp suit. She can be seen with several different kinds of drugs with implied malicious intent behind her own facial expressions. She has several references to sexual arousal in her character introduction and skill unlock names.
Yes, that's why nobody thinks she's one of...
She has a stripper pole in one of her dorm interaction options.
What is he... I don't understand what he's trying to prove here.
That you can click on to make her dance with it. Her Episode 4 Affinity story has the player character using a switch on her that adjusts her physical sensations and arousal with multiple settings for levels of intensity. The Thriller Wonderland event story itself has Florence saying and doing some pretty wild shit with the player character. And there's even a line said by the player character before one of the aforementioned event story.
Yes, this is all stuff that's in there because even the community itself is telling you they all view her as just a short adult, which is like literally what that's what everyone thinks when they look at her.
Battles where they say word for word, "It's time for your correction, Florence." Correction being used as a popular slang within the lolicon community. And this is all before I've even mentioned Florence.
So you're taking the actions of one EN localizer. Hey guys, the EN localizer. What? Do you even know what EN localizers do? They're allowed to actually put in what they want. So it like, what is the point being made here?
Florence's skins. We've got Marvelous Keikiam, which is just her wearing a transparent sweater with...
Yeah, and as you can see, wait, she actually... I'm gonna be honest, wait. No, this just makes her look... Doesn't that actually look like... Isn't that kind of... I'm sorry, doesn't that just look like a regular, rather... So some would even say, like, it's approaching on the large side. Wait, what are we even talking about anymore? So, she was wearing a skin-tight vest that just happened to condense everything. She was basically wearing a sports bra in her regular skin, and when she's looser, they look massive. Okay, great. What are we trying to prove here? What, she looks even more like an adult now. Or really, not even more like one. She just looks like a regular-sized one because she's not wearing the sports bra anymore. Because, yeah, that was doing, like, fucking compression work, apparently.
Only a thigh strap and a pair of white panties. The second being Alluring Larkspur, an incredibly revealing and customizable Chinese dress just recently revealed for the upcoming patch for the CN version of the game.
Yes, and these are all being done because she is bro. She's not a lolly character. There's no one that thinks that.
And just as a little...
And bro's just out here. Once again, why do you think he's showing off how crazy those skins are? Because he's basically trying to say Florence and this unit are the same thing. So it doesn't matter, right, if this skin's a little bit, you know, a little bit crazy, right? Look, her and Florence are the same thing, and Florence has crazier skins. Guys, it's okay. Guys, look. Guys, believe me, I'm not a freak.
Area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16.
Guys, I promise he's not a freak, right? He's not weird. All the other games are doing it, guys. I assure you. Come on. This is definitely not a false equivalency.
Little extra, here are some of Florence's other skins available in Girls Frontline 1 and Project NeuroCloud. The possibility of any one of these making...
Bro, I mean, is that not the fattest fucking ass you've ever seen? This is just a woman with small boobs. What's wrong with you? This is... What are you trying to... Huh? Is this supposed to be... What? Who is... What are we even doing here?
A return to GFL2 one day being on the table as it has...
Huh? Bro, that thing's bigger than her head. Bro, that thing's bigger than her entire head. What are we even doing here? He basically took this design. Florence, PA-15, is simply a woman with a fat ass and a smaller chest. And he's basically saying, if that's your body type, you're the same as a school-age child. And so he's using you to say that school-age children should be wearing this. Or it's okay for school-age children to be wearing this because this adult woman who simply has small boobs is wearing this.
Age of consent law is 16. This already happened to several other playable dolls. Florence is all of this in just one package, yet Saint Tontas has absolutely no problem with endorsing this for spawn.
Ah, bro, she's stacked. Nah, get this shit. Alright, keep this shit off my screen, but get your shitty arguments off of it. Nah, she's stacked, brother. What the fuck? She's stacked as hell. What are we even talking about here?
Sponsored content to his audience. There is no universe where this logic is consistent with his crash outs over the
Nah, it's not even that small either.
Angels of Delusion in Zenless Zone Zero. The only logical conclusion that would make sense for why Saint is okay with this is once again a situation of double standards to...
So once again, he's saying that it's wrong if you like Florence, but then dislike this skin. He's once again saying Florence and Suna are the same thing. Guys, he's saying that an adult woman with a crazy large ass, smaller tits, is the same as a literal design like school child that just walks around with the straps on like this, with the straps on down there, a skirt shorter than any of the skins we saw for Florence, right? And guys, he's using that to say that this is okay. And that me having an issue with this is a problem. But once again...
area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16, pushes own gacha tribalism narratives. The clown has been practically the sole driving force for gacha war across the Big Four for months now. Now 5 with the debut of Arknight's Enfield. Girls Frontline 2, by comparison, is of no threat or negative impact to him and his precious little woo-wah. So he just doesn't care.
Oh, I see. So we're making this entire video because of tribalism. We filled it all with complete lies that I'm pretty sure if the GFL2 community saw this vid, they would think you have a disability.
And yet, despite all the slander and propaganda he's been pushing, he will never understand one thing. In the free market of ideas, Wuthering Waves just doesn't have the same pull as the industry monolith that is Hoyoverse.
So this guy managed to bring Wuthering Waves into the conversation somehow. What? Wait, where'd that even come from? Wait, so we went from ZZZ to Girls Frontline 2 to Wuthering Waves, all in 8 minutes.
No matter how many creators try to gas the game up and foster a toxic positive culture, be it the denial of the game's dip in story quality, or the cannibalizing of mobile and low system spec players. No one is going to come to the bargaining table and hear what you have to offer with your gacha game of choice if your negotiating tactics is to constantly put others down on the regular and call them pedophiles.
Oh, so he just lied again. Wait, so before it was implied sexual offense, but now I'm just calling people PDFs. Wait, so we went back to the claim at the start of the video that had no proof, and then again, replanted that claim with no proof.
All the while you're selling out on those very standards you egregiously hold others to.
Look, she's drinking wine. That's the funniest fucking part. This guy played the part of the clip, or the part of her emotes where she drinks wine, where you have to be an adult to drink. This guy is so retarded, it's unreal.
You egregious
But then again, he's also the same retard that put this in his video.
area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16.
Yeah, I wonder why he knows that.
Hold others to for some easy pocket change. Saint Tontos is easily the fakest gacha creator the EN space will ever bear witness to.
Ricardo, you're the one that just attempted to construct an entire narrative of how I view things, said that I violated the standards that you literally made up yourself, and then went on an entire false equivalency kill spree where you put one after another and the arguments make less and less sense as the video goes on. And the only reason why you have any likes on this thing at all is simply due to the fact that saying I'm bad in the title is enough to guarantee views. And you unfortunately let that get to your head, and you now believe that you could just straight up lie for an entire 8 minutes, say whatever you want with no proof at all, and assume that people will believe you. And the thing is, they will. That's why you're getting likes in the first place, because this is clearly the most retarded video I think anyone has ever seen. It makes no sense at all, and you're even being proven wrong by the literal community itself. And the unfortunate part about all of this is that you'll still think you're right, because this is a lot of likes, but that is the meta right now. That's why this is effective. And you're just another case study of when this has happened again, because your video is actually a steaming pile of dog shit, but it still farms because you said Saint bad. That's impressive when you think about it.
And I truly doubt anyone will ever surpass him in that regard.
I think you already did, bro. You literally made an 8-minute video that I get to debunk and make way more money off of. It's awesome, right? But like, you gotta think to yourself, how did you even make this one? Didn't you like realize halfway through the editing that you don't even believe what you're saying at a certain point? I don't know how you finish this thing without like, I don't know, deciding just not to do it.
Nobody acting in good faith has any interest in what he has to say about 2.6 of.
So, it's ironic to talk about acting in good faith when you refuse to provide a single clip for any of your arguments. You shouldn't be talking about good faith when you don't have a single clip with any of your arguments. Why are you okay with characters like Verena Encore Yohu? Show me the clip where I said I'm okay with them. Or did you just immediately judge my opinion without even knowing it, and you assumed that this was mine, just like this retard over here assumed my standards without fucking knowing them? Imagine that you just say that you don't... Where's the clip? Where's the proof? When did I ever say... When did I ever say anything about these characters? And this is the funny part. None of them are sexualized. Do you see Encore, Verena, or Yohu wearing anything like this, you fucking stupid retard? What, are they wearing this? Hell no, you... What the Guys, this is they're not sending their best.
Of Zenless Zone Zero, regardless of whether or not he's right. Why? Because he's antagonistic, because he's abrasive, because he is obsessed with nothing but success and metrics over everything else.
You're obsessed with lying and children. I'd rather be obsessed with metrics and success than the age of consent numbers in states.
Area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16.
I bet you know the other 49 states too. You gotta be ready for vacation, you know what I mean?
Be it the game, a community, or an individual. And most importantly, because he cannot uphold his own beliefs when it truly matters.
No, I do uphold my own beliefs. He's simply equating these two when, if you're somebody that's in the mind space to say that Florence is the same as Suna, you definitely should. I think you have brain cancer. Or, you know the age of consent law in every state.
Age of consent law is 16.
Yeah, it's one of those two things. Oh, is this like the outro? What are we doing here?
Now, this clip in particular, I really want y'all to understand the things that I point out and why.
Let's first just move over here so that Florence is in the line of sight of a bunch of different enemies, and you'll understand why I'm doing this. Florence has a... Wait, did this guy EO watch my sponsored video? Summon called Arios that will actually counter-attack for her. This is really important because he deals a lot of damage.
And when it comes to her,
Is this like an
ultimate move
edit?
over here? Compound. See what the animation looks like. Not be. Let's just go ahead.
Wait, is this them backseating sponsored gameplay? Nah, this has to be edited, right? Okay, so basically this is Arikado deciding to backseat sponsored gameplay. Dude, I don't think this is EO. I think this is Arikado being a fucking loser. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, this guy's the biggest loser I've ever seen.
Let's give this one a bit of a go. See what the animation looks like. Very, very, very stylish, and as you can see, she means business. We whiffed that attack, unfortunately.
That's why I said I need the full context. I'm real positive his chat had to have walked him through how to do this. Remember what I was saying?
Nah, that's from, what's it called? That's from his video. That's from his backseating video. So basically, this is just Arikado deciding to backseat sponsored gameplay. Because I guess, I don't really know what to say. Like, it's just, we kind of clowned on EO for doing that. I guess he wants to get clowned on too. Yeah, EO, this is basically, he took a clip from EO's video where he backseated me before and spliced it over onto this. I think to make it seem like EO was like doing like drama or something. So he's trying to like start drama on EO's behalf against me with this one. So yeah, he basically is just like editing shit to make it look like EO reacted over my sponsored video when he did it. So, yeah, basically he's trying to get me to attack EO with this, but I know better than to do that because I remember where this clip is from. If you guys want to know exactly where this clip is from, same outfit, same camera angle, same splicing. So that's where this clip was taken from, and that's because I remember this. That's why I'm obviously not going to go in on EO. It's the same photo. So, yeah, that's where it's from, ladies and gentlemen, just so you all know. Don't get misled by, again, the attempts of this absolute fucking loser. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be it for this entire breakdown. He's trying to ruin EO's image with this, and remember, apparently I'm the guy that's the drama creator, right? The guy that's only focused on all these bad things, right? Maybe don't listen to the guy who keeps repeatedly talking about the age of consent in his videos. Yeah, that's probably not what you want a gacha creator to do. Let me know what you all thought. Peace out.